All right, welcome to our language lab, everyone. Today, we're going to mix up something really cool, a fascinating and surprisingly useful French tense, the futur antérieur. Let's get right into it. So let's kick things off with a question that kind of messes with your head a bit. How do you talk about the future, but in the past tense? Sounds like a paradox, right? Well, believe it or not, there's a French tense built for exactly that. Okay, so first up, the hypothesis. Let's figure out what this grammatical tool, the futur antérieur, actually is. Here's the key idea. The whole point of the futur antérieur is to talk about an action that will be done before another future action even starts. It's all about creating a timeline for the future. You're basically saying, first this will have happened, and then that other thing can happen. All right, we know the what, so now let's get to the how. Section 2 is all about the formula, how we actually craft this thing. And you know what? It's actually a pretty simple 3-step recipe. Step 1, you grab an auxiliary verb. Think of it as your catalyst, and you choose either avoir or être. Step 2, you put that verb into the simple future tense. And for the grand finale, step 3, you just add the past participle of your main action verb. That's really it. And look at this. To make things even easier for you, here are your two catalysts, avoir and être, already conjugated in the future tense. So step 2 of our formula, it's pretty much done for you right here. These are ready to go. Okay, let's move on to maybe the most important part of the whole experiment, selecting your ingredients. How in the world do you choose between avoir and être? So, your first ingredient to look for is the être verbs. Now, if you've studied the passé composé, this list is going to look super familiar. It's that special group of verbs, mostly about movement and changing state. You know the one, often remembered with that classic mnemonic, DRMRS, Vandertramp. You're also going to use être with all pronominal verbs. And what are those again? They're just the reflexive ones, actions you do to yourself. Think se lever, to wash yourself, or se réveiller, to wake yourself up. If it's got that se in front of it, you're using être. Simple as that. And now for the really, really good news. For almost every other verb out there, we're talking the vast majority, you just use avoir. It's like the default setting. So when in doubt, avoir is probably your go-to ingredient. It makes life so much easier. Okay, let's put this all together. Time for the experiment in action. We've got our formula, we've got our ingredients. Now let's see what happens when we mix them all together in a real sentence. Now, here's a little pro tip for you. Keep your eyes peeled for these trigger words. When you see words like quand, lorsque, aussitôt que, or dès que, that's a huge signal that the futur antérieur is probably about to make an appearance. They're what sets the whole sequence in motion. Let's look at this classic example. Quand j'aurai fini mon devoir, je sortirai. See how that works? It lays out a perfect timeline. J'aurai fini. I will have finished my homework. That's action number 1. And only when that's done, then comes action number 2, je sortirai. I will go out. It's all about what happens first. All right, every good experiment needs a test run, doesn't it? So it is time for a lab test. Let's get you to practice this new formula for yourself. Okay, on the screen are a few sentences. Your mission is simple. Conjugate the verbs in parentheses using our new futur antérieur formula. Go ahead and hit pause right here, give it a shot, and see how you do. So how do you get really good at this? Well, it pretty much boils down to 2 things. First, really get comfortable with those verb lists, especially the ones that take être. And second, just practice. The more you use this formula, the more it'll become totally second nature, I promise. And that's it, your eureka moment. You now officially have the formula to talk about the future as if it's already happened. So the only question I have left for you is, now that you have this powerful new tool, what kind of future pasts are you going to describe?